State health officials in Richmond said late this afternoon that they have confirmed yet another case of Legionnaires' disease. That brings to 7 now the number of workers at the Richmond Social Security building who have contracted the disease, including one worker who died. Today, the building on Nevin Avenue remained closed as a massive cleanup effort continued, and as most of the building's workers gathered for a special meeting. Vern Hawkins reports.
About 1,000 workers now on administrative leave were in Richmond Auditorium this morning. This was the first time Social Security and health officials had talked directly to employees.
Our investigations have concentrated on the air handling systems in the basement and looking for places where there's the chance for water for people to breathe in mist from water that may be contaminated with the Legionnaires bacterium.
A panel of officials fielded questions from employees.
There are a number of women in the building who are pregnant and who are nursing mothers, and I'd like to know what effect exposure to Legionella could have on the babies.
Dr. Rutherford said the babies are in no danger. At the building, just a few blocks away from today's briefing, more than 100 people are involved in the cleanup. Ventilating system cooling towers in the building have been identified as reservoirs for the Legionella bacteria.
We're cleaning the cooling tower as the most likely source of the bacteria. Unlike many other buildings, the cooling towers in this building are in the basement. The relationship between the cooling tower and the return air system is something that we're also looking at. We're going to be looking at making a temporary fix so that we are going through the building to treat any possible standing water source.
Kaiser Hospital set up a blood test clinic at the auditorium. Doctors say results for hundreds of workers should be in by Saturday.
I got sick before and I be having headaches now when I go to work. People are always in and out. They have viruses. We have a lot of sinus problems, a lot of sleeping disorders, a lot of things. You know, right. So I want to make sure I'm okay.
Doctors call the blood screening retro tests. It won't show if someone has the disease right now.
Someone who's been sick a week ago, 3 weeks ago, and wondering now if that illness was Legionella.
The 6-story building has been closed since last Thursday, the day it was learned that a janitor who died of a heart attack while being treated for pneumonia had Legionnaires' disease. The bacteria were discovered in a basement cooling tower the next day. State health officials say the basement's cool temperatures, damp air, and limited circulation creates a growing environment for the bacteria. Most workers left today's briefing saying they felt reassured.
They've assured us that we're not going to go back to a building that's not safe. It's going to be very safe.
As long as the building is cleaned up, I pretty much will go back to work.
Officials said there will be another meeting like this one before work resumes in the building, that they're not sure when that will be, but it won't be this week. In Richmond, Vern Hawkins for the 10 o'clock news.
That outbreak of Legionnaires' disease in that Richmond office building is an extreme example of what many health professionals have feared for many years.